Thank you very much, Ms. Brown. Yes, it's true. We've all heard that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And to explain in more detail why we shouldn't skip this very vital meal is Dietitian Rochez O'Grady. But before we get into this discussion, let's first see what happened when Kellogg's challenged a few members of the media to go about their daily routine without their regular breakfast fix and experience what so many South Africans go through every day.
So it's about 5 a.m. And I've just gotten up. I get up around this time every day.
So today I'll be spending the day in the life of a student who goes to school without breakfast.
It's going to be a little tough, but this is unfortunately the reality of a lot of young South African school going like scholars.
I can see that a child who wakes up at 4 or 5 in the morning, who only gets to school at 8, 9 o'clock, by the time lunchtime comes around, if they haven't had anything to eat or drink yet, it's just not a good situation to be in.
And I went straight into work, and now I'm back home, and I'm starving.
Yeah, a truly harsh reality indeed, the fact that so many of our children get to go to school every single day without having had the most important meal of the day. But Rochez, thank you so much for joining us. So is it true, or is it just something that moms have always said over time, or people have said over time, is breakfast truly the most important meal of the day?
Yes, it is. So it's not just a wives' tale. It's actually very important because it has an influence over your whole day. Mm-hmm. So it can affect the way you're eating and your energy. So it will influence, what you do for the rest of the day.
Yeah. Now, after a long night's rest where your body has been calmed down, what role does breakfast play in reactivating or awakening your body?
That's a really good question because as you go to sleep, everything winds down and everything slows down, right? So the same thing happens with your metabolism. It actually goes into what they call a fasting state. And when you wake up and you would eat breakfast, it would reactivate your metabolism. So it would actually influence your metabolism for the rest of the day, so making it faster as soon as you wake up.
And as we've just seen in that little insert there, we are staring at a reality where a lot of our children are going to school without having had breakfast. So what are some of the physical and mental side effects of skipping a meal like that?
Yeah, so when you wake up as well, your metabolism is slow and your sugar levels are low, right? So that would have a direct influence on your energy levels. So if you're skipping breakfast, your sugar levels would remain low, and then that would have a direct influence on your alertness and your mood as well. Now think about if your sugar levels are low, you're feeling tired and lethargic, so you wouldn't be able to concentrate as well. And then that would be, physically directed. And then, I think as well, the studies have been done that it actually helps to control your weight. So that's a good, maybe not for children such a direct influence, but it can be. Because then you'd eat healthier throughout the day. So if you skip breakfast, you'd be hungrier early mid-morning and probably have something unhealthy as a snack. So definitely.
What would you say are some of your guidelines to do when, of course, taking a look at what you're eating for breakfast?
I think the first thing would be a low sugar option. So something that would be low in sugar and also high in fiber. Okay. So the best way to do that would be to check your food label. Okay, so you go to the 100-gram section. It must be close to 0 as possible, but always below 15 grams per 100 for your sugar, and then something high in fiber.
Yeah.
Okay, and then another nice thing to do is to make sure that you always have breakfast before 9 a.m. if you can, and within 2 hours of waking up, and then include a variety. So try not to have the same thing every day.
Okay.
Yeah, so variety will make sure that you get all your vitamins and minerals in, so you're getting a nice diversity in your diet. And then probably 2 food groups together would be another good tip.
3 groups together?
2 food groups.
2 food groups, okay, yeah.
It can be 3 as well, but at least 2, so it keeps you fuller for longer. So, for example, something like a carbohydrate and a dairy, or a protein and a carbohydrate, something like that. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us and being so informative, and I hope that it did kind of put a bit of a light on in terms of how breakfast is the most important meal of the day. And of course, as we are building up to World Hunger Day, you can look forward to more topics relating to breakfast and how Kellogg's is spreading the word on how it truly is the most important meal of the day.
Kellogg's, feeding tummies and fueling our future leaders.